Hello students, today we are going to see chapter number 4, reconstruction of partnership of standard 12 subject account. This is the sixth part of the same chapter, that is reconstruction of partnership. 1 to 5 part is linked in the description. So in our last video we have seen that we need to pass the journal entry at the time of reconstruction, and then we have to prepare the revaluation account. So we already know how to pass the journal entry for the reconstruction. Today we are going to see how to prepare revaluation account as well as balance it after the reconstruction. And here is the sum. Let's see the sum number 9. Hardik and Alpesh are the partner of partnership firm. Their profit loss sharing ratio is 5:3. They wanted to change their profit and loss sharing ratio to 3:2. See, their old profit sharing ratio is 5:3 and now they wanted to change the profit sharing ratio to 3:2. Therefore, they decided to have revaluation of firm's assets and liability. From the following information, prepare revaluation account and balance it after the revaluation in the books of firm. So here they are asking to prepare revaluation account as well as balance it after the revaluation account. And here they have given us the balance sheet. Hardik and Alpesh partnership firm balance it as on 31st/3/17. On the liability side, we can see that there is a capital account of Hardik and Alpesh. The capital of Hardik is 1,10,000 and the capital of Alpesh is 90,000, and total of this is 2 lakh. Again, we can see that there is a current account of a partner. From this, we can understand that they are following fixed capital account method. So whatever the profit is there for the revaluation account, that we have to add where? In the current account, because there is a fixed capital account, we cannot change the capital. So here profit of the revaluation account is going to be added to the current account, and the balance of the current account is, for the Hardik it is 1,55,000 and for the Alpesh it is 1 lakh, and total is 2,55,000. Creditors are 35,000, bank overdraft is 90,000 and outstanding expense is 3,500. On the asset side, we can see that land and building is of 2 lakh, machinery is of 80,000, furniture is of 40,000, investment is of 60,000 and closing stock is for 45,000. Debtors, we can see that it is 30,000 and from that bad debt reserve it is deducted 1,500. So net of the debtors is 28,500. Bills receivable is 15,000. Income receivable is 5,000 and cash balance is 1,10,000. Total of the balance it is given to us. It is both side total is 5,83,500 and adjustments are given to us. And from that, very first adjustment is of land and building value is to be increased by 25%. Furniture value is to be decreased up to 90%. Market value of machinery is 72,000. Book value of closing stock is rupees 10,000 less than its market value. To keep total bad debt reserve 3,600 on debtors. Creditor amounted to rupees 5,000 out of total creditors are not to be paid. Unrecorded interest on bank overdraft is 4,500. So from the above information, they are asking us to prepare revaluation account as well as balance it after the revaluation account. So let's prepare it. So revaluation account. As on balance sheet for partnership firm of Hardik and Alpesh. After the revaluation, so here we are going to prepare the balance sheet. Okay, so here in a revaluation account we are going to write particular amount will be in the rupees and particular amount will be in the rupees. As we know that revaluation account is same as profit and loss account. So here we must write debit and credit. Here it is a balance sheet. As we know, balance sheet has two sides, liabilities and assets. Okay, so let's start the sum. In the sum, very first thing is given to us that land and building value is to be increased by 25%. So the value of land and building is how much? 2 lakh. Here we need to make working note. So here working note number 1 for the land and building, and that land and building. So here 25% off 2 lakh. So for that we know that 2 lakh into 25% upon 100. So it will be, as we know, it will be 50,000. So there is a increase in the value of land and building for the 50,000. So this is the land and building is an asset, and when there is an increase in the value of land and building, it is our profit and it is going to be credited to the revaluation account. So here on the revaluation account, on the credit side we are going to write by land and building account and increase 50,000, and in the balance sheet we are going to write the market value of the asset. So that is 2 lakh for plus 50,000. So here land and building, before it was 2 lakh and it was increased by 50,000. So here we are going to write plus 25% increase, and it will be 50,000. So total value of land and building now is 2,50,000. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to write. Here we have to write increase or decrease, and in the balance sheet 4,000. So that we are going to write here 4,000. And here we'll write furniture. Furniture value was 40,000 and minus a decrease, 10% decrease, and that is 4,000. So here we are going to write 36,000. So this is the market value of the furniture. Now let's see the next adjustment. Next adjustment is the market value of machinery is 72,000. Let's see the book value. We can see the book value of the machinery is 80,000, but market value is 70,000, 72,000. So we need to write the 72,000. So here the difference we have to write off, and it is a loss. So we have to write on the debit side to machinery account. It is 80,000. We can see from 80,000 we are going to deduct the 72,000. So 8,000 will be our loss. Machinery is of 80,000 and minus decrease 8,000. So it will be 72,000. So this is the market value of the machinery. Now let's see the next. Adjustment number 4. Book value of closing stock is 10,000 less than its market value. See here something is given to you that can be confused, but there is no need to confuse here. Here the market value is less than the book value is less than the market value. That means we have to increase the value of the stock by 10,000. Market value is more and book value is less. So here we have to increase the value of the stock. So here it is our profit, and we have to write on the credit side of the revaluation account by closing stock. Account. It is 10,000, and the book value of the closing stock is 45,000. So here we are going to add this 10,000. So the market value is 55,000. Closing stock is 45,000 plus increase of 10,000. So that will be 55,000. Okay. Our next adjustment is to keep total better reserve 3,600 on the debtors. Here we can see that only 1,500 bad debt reserve has been kept. So now we have to increase up to 3,600. So here we have to increase by 2,100. So 2,100 we have to debit it to revaluation account, and total we have to keep on the debtors. So here to bad debt reserve account will be how much? So here we have to write down 3,600 minus 1,500. So now we have to keep the provision of 2,100. Okay, and here on the from the debtors we have to deduct. Debtors is of 30,000. From 30,000 straight we are going to deduct bad debt reserve is of 3,600. So net of the debtors will be 26,400. So that is our net debtors. Okay. Next adjustment is creditor amounted rupees 5,000 out of the total creditors are not to be paid. See here we got the creditor are going to write creditors. Here we have to keep the space for capital account as well as current account. Then we have to write creditors is of 35,000 minus not to be paid of 5,000. So now we have to pay the creditors of 30,000 only. Okay, so that was our next adjustment. Let's see the last adjustment. Unrecorded interest on bank overdraft is 4,500. So here there is a interest on bank overdraft that is not recorded in the books of account. So that we are going to record. For the recording it, we have to write on the debit side of the revaluation account and we have to add that bank overdraft interest into the bank overdraft account. Let's do it. 2. Unrecorded interest on bank overdraft account, and it will be 4,500. So here again we are going to write bank overdraft. So bank overdraft is of 90,000 plus interest will be 4,500. So total will be 94,500. The profit or loss of the revaluation account. So for that we can see that here there is a profit we can see from the revaluation account only. So here the total of this side will be 65,000 and the total of this side will be, we are going to see that there is a 65,000 and there is a profit, and then profit of 46,400. So here 2 partners capital, partners current account. Here we have to write partners current account as we discussed before that there is a fixed capital account method, and in a fixed capital account method we have to pay the profit of the revaluation account to the current account. So here current account of Hardik and Alpesh, and as we discussed before that the profit of the revaluation account will be distributed in old profit sharing ratio, and here old profit sharing ratio is 5:3. So we are going to distribute this profit and the total profit is 46,400. That is going to be divided in the ratio of 5:3. So the profit of the Hardik will be 29,000 and the profit of the Alpesh will be 17,400. So this is the profit. Now we have to take this profit to the balance sheet, and for that here very first thing we have to write partners capital account. Capital account we have to write straight from the balance sheet, and it will be Hardik capital account is 1,10,000 and Alpesh capital account is 90,000. So total will be 2 lakh. And again we have to write current account. And current account of Hardik will be, current account of Hardik will be 1,55,000. In that we are going to add the profit of the revaluation account, and that is 29,000. So total of the current account of Hardik will be account, and that will be 17,400. So total of the Alpesh current account will be 1,17,400. Now let's make the total of the both, and it will be 3,01,400. So this is the total of the current account. So here we can see that we have written capital account, current account as well as creditor, bank overdraft. But here we have to write one more entry, and that is from the balance sheet straight, that is outstanding expense. And that is of 3,500. Here again on the asset side we can see that there is a remaining some item that we are going to write in that. Very first is a investment. So let's write the investment. So investment is straight we have to write from the balance sheet, that is 60,000. Then there is another thing is a bills receivable. So let's write the bills receivable, and bills receivable is of 15,000. Then the next thing is a income receivable, and it is of 5,000. Then the next thing is a cash balance, and cash balance is of 1,10,000. So here we can see that our balance sheet is ready. So here we have to make the total of both sides, and both sides total must be equal. And it is, we can see that it is, if we can count it, we can see that it is 6,29,400. So if the total of the balance sheet is identical, then we can see that our sum is correct. So student, you may note down this in your notebook.